HOAs are a great thing. I only want to buy a house, condo, townhome that's within an HOA. HOAs suck. I hate HOAs. They're the worst thing ever. I'll never buy a home in an HOA. Hi, I'm Sam Wilson, the Sam Wilson Home Selling Team, and this is what I hear from buyers all the time. It's a love-hate relationship. You either love them or you hate them, or maybe you just tolerate them. So I thought I'd make a quick video to accompany this blog about, is an HOA a good thing or bad thing in Colorado? So the answer is yes. And it depends on what your preferences are. It truly does. So a couple of things. First of all, an HOA, a homeowners association, is where the owners of the property have to cooperate in order to exist in the community. Very typical in condos and townhomes where you have common walls. You've got one roof over several units. You've got grounds to take care of, maybe even a rec center or swimming pool, tennis courts like that. Maybe it's a parking garage, whatever the case may be, it's a way where the community can pool its resources in order to, save on costs and to ensure that maintenance is taken care of for everyone. So it can be a good thing. And even in single family home developments where there's a community swimming pool, a community rec center, some of the common grounds are taken care of. And there's rules governing what properties can look like, maintenance of properties, parking restrictions or regulations. All this can be very good for the homeowner and can be to your advantage. On the other hand, the same exact things can be very difficult. So let's start with condos and townhomes. It's all great until there's a significant maintenance problem and the HOA monthly dues don't cover what's needed to fix it. Then there's something called a special assessment where everyone has to chip in to get whatever that issue is resolved. This can be very difficult because we need agreement in the HOA for how much it's going to cost, how it's going to be paid for, where the money's coming from. Not everyone has cash available. Some people may have to get a loan or a home equity line of credit or refinance their mortgage. So you can see it snowballs and it can be very complicated to get agreement. Ultimately, it's up to the board of directors to decide what to do. And there's, rarely 100% agreement, especially in bigger communities. So it's a vote based on the majority. So you can see where it can be problematic. In a single family home community where there's hundreds or even thousands of single family homes, it's a little less complicated because there's less that's controlled by the HOA. But still, like say the swimming pool needs to be rebuilt, there's going to be some discussion and there has to be some agreement. Moreover, it becomes a little bit more involved when there's homeowners complaining about what's happening at a certain home in the community, whether there's parking violations or they paint the color of the house something that's not approved. Whatever the case may be, at least there's enforcement, but that can be a challenge if you're the person being enforced. So be aware of these things before you buy in an HOA. Not only do I give great advice whether you're buying in the HOA or why not to consider a property with an HOA. I've sold hundreds of homes in both situations. One thing I will leave you with on this video is one piece of advice I always give, whether you use me and my team to purchase your property in an HOA or not. If you purchase in an HOA, number one, go to the meetings. There's one or two meetings every year that are open to the entire community. Go to the meetings. And then there's always board of director meetings to which the board is obligated to publish the minutes from those meetings. Read those minutes. find out when those meetings are. They may be closed to the larger community, or they may be open to them too. But if you don't attend, whether it's the open annual meetings or the closed board meetings, read the meeting minutes. If you're purchasing in an HOA, go back and read the last 3 years minimum. They only have to supply 1 year, but go back and get 3 years of history so that you don't have any surprises once you own in the community and something comes up later. Finally, if you do purchase in an HOA community, get involved. Okay, get involved. The way I see it is you should be involved, or at least have some input into how your dues are being spent. So get involved. You might want to, get on the board or at least a committee. I personally have been the president of an HOA. We don't miss an annual meeting in a property we own, but get involved. It's the only way you can have influence, and help, have some say in how your dues are being spent. Because after decisions are made, you can complain, certainly, but there's nothing you can do about it, quite honestly. So I hope that helps. Read this blog. There was a ton of research that went into it. There's some incredible resources and links in here. Everything that I've talked about here and much deeper. So thanks for watching. And if you do want advice about, purchasing inside or outside an HOA, please just give me a call anytime. Happy to chat with you. I'm Sam Wilson and the Sam Wilson Home Selling Team.